I've been with my wife for 10 years, and today she just came out as a lesbian and told me she's not attracted to me, but that she still wants to stay married to me, just without the physical side of things. I sat there completely still, like my brain needed a full minute to catch up to what my ears had just heard. We'd been together since I was 24 years old. I did not even own real furniture when we met. I had a mattress on the floor and a fold-out table I used as a desk, and she thought it was the funniest thing she had ever seen. We built everything from that. The house, the dog, the whole life. 10 years of grocery runs and road trips, and inside jokes that nobody else would ever understand. And now she was sitting across from me at the kitchen table, hands wrapped around her coffee mug, crying, telling me she loved me, but she was not in love with me. Not like that. Not anymore. Maybe not ever. I did not yell. I did not throw anything or storm out of the room. I just sat there and asked her one question. How long have you known? She looked down at the table and whispered a while. That was the moment everything shifted. Not the revelation itself. I want to be clear about that. Her being gay was not what broke me. I did not care about that part. What broke me was the a while. 2 words that meant years. Years of her carrying something that heavy while I was right there next to her. Completely unaware. Years of me thinking we were solid. Thinking we were happy. Thinking the life we had built together was exactly what we both wanted. I had been planning our future while she had been quietly grieving a version of herself she had never gotten to be. And the cruelest part was that none of it had been malicious. She had not been trying to deceive me. She had been trying to survive something she did not fully understand herself. I thought about the last anniversary we celebrated. I had made a reservation at the restaurant where we had our first real date. I remembered being proud of myself for remembering all the details. The corner table, the specific bottle of wine she always ordered. I had spent over a week planning that night, and she had sat across from me smiling the whole time, and I had no idea what she was carrying. I thought about every trip we had talked about taking, every conversation about upgrading to a bigger place in case we ever changed our minds about kids. Every single night I had fallen asleep thinking we were exactly where we were both supposed to be. All of it looked different now, like I had been reading the same story as her, but somehow an entirely different version of it. I told her I needed a few days. I was not angry at her, and I want to be clear about that too. I understood in the logical part of my brain that this was not something she had chosen. You do not choose that. But understanding something and being okay with it are 2 entirely different things, and I was not okay. So I packed a bag, booked a hotel down the street, and drove there without saying much else. The room was small with bad lighting and a window that looked out over a parking lot. I sat on the edge of the bed and stared at the wall for a long time. I ordered food I did not eat. I watched television I did not follow. I just existed in that room and let the weight of everything slowly settle over me. The thing about a long relationship ending is that the grief does not come at you in one clean wave. It comes in pieces. You can be completely fine for an hour, and then something small will get you. I found a receipt in my jacket pocket from a gas station we stopped at on a road trip 2 summers ago. She had made me buy a bag of those sour gummy worms she liked, even though she always complained about how sour they were, and then ate the entire bag by herself anyway. I sat on that hotel bed holding that receipt for probably 20 minutes. That is the kind of thing that gets you, not the big moments, the receipts. After 3 days, I drove back to the house. She was at work. I had timed it that way on purpose because I did not trust myself to have another conversation yet. I went to the bedroom and packed what I actually needed. Clothes. My grandfather's watch from the dresser. The book I had been working through for months. I took my time. I was not rushing and I was not making a scene. I was just doing what needed to be done. Before I left, I unclipped my house key from the ring and set it on the kitchen counter next to the coffee maker. No note. I thought about writing one, but nothing felt right, so I left the key and walked out. She texted me that night. 3 words. Are you okay? I stared at that message for a long time. I thought about everything I could say back. I thought about how the honest answer was no, not even close, not yet. But I also knew that was not the answer I needed to send because it was not the answer I needed to sit with. So I typed back 2 words. I will be. I set the phone down and looked out the window at the parking lot lights and the quiet street beyond them. And for the first time since she told me, I actually believed it.